This is a standard Techdeck that you can buy at your local Walmart for under $5. And this is a professional fingerboard that I paid almost $120 for. This setup feels a million times better than a Techdeck, but what if you don't have $120 to spend on a fingerboard, but you do want to progress much faster? Today, I'll be going over some super simple and super cheap upgrades that you can make to your Techdeck. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. So over the past year and a half that I've been making fingerboard videos, I've realized there's a lot of people out there who just have a Techdeck, but they really want a professional fingerboard, but they just don't have the money to get one. But little do you know that there's actually a ton of upgrades you can make to your Techdeck for relatively cheap that'll make your board feel way better. So let's get into it. First of all, if you look at these two boards, you'll notice that they honestly don't look too different. The $120 board still has wheels, still has trucks, still has a deck, and still has grip tape. And all those exact same parts are on the Techdeck as well. The main difference between a Techdeck and a pro fingerboard is just the quality of materials used to make the parts and how they're made. I can make an entire video on that if you guys want as well, but that's kind of just a simple version of it. So a common mistake that I see a lot of people make when they want to get into fingerboarding, but they want to get past just the Techdeck. So many people think, I need to get a proper fingerboard deck over other parts. The amount of setups I see that are like $25 fingerboard decks, but they're still using Techdeck parts, I've seen quite a few of those. I've maybe only seen about 3 setups that somebody has actually just upgraded the parts on the Techdeck while keeping the deck. And this is so important to understand, because honestly, the only difference between this deck and this one is made out of plastic and this one is made out of wood. There actually isn't too much difference from plastic and wood. So what should you upgrade then? Let me explain. So when I got into fingerboarding, I was the type of person who didn't want to spend $25 on a proper fingerboard. Also, when I started, there wasn't very much selection on Amazon versus now there is a ton of different fingerboard parts you can buy just on Amazon. So keep that in mind. The very first thing I would suggest upgrading is the grip tape. If you're new to fingerboarding and don't know what the difference between just your standard Techdeck grip tape is and a proper fingerboard grip tape is, this is made out of a foam, and this foam is very grippy, like really grippy. I've been hit up in the DMs by a lot of people saying they use construction foam as grip tape and said it was just amazing compared to Techdeck grip tape, but I can kind of beg to differ. I have tried that, but it's honestly really bad. So the first thing I'm gonna upgrade on this board is the grip tape. So let's begin. Techdeck grip tape can definitely be stubborn to get off if you had the board for a little bit of time and it's kind of worn out. So just take your time, be patient, and slowly get the grip tape off. Once you have the grip tape on, you're ready to put foam grip tape on. But first, I'll show you where to get some foam grip tape. Back to what I was saying earlier is when I started fingerboarding, there really wasn't anything you could buy on Amazon. But now there's so much selection. So I'm in Canada, so all these are Canadian prices, but you can probably find something very similar in the US. I don't think anybody else can find an offer this good, but this is a 12-pack of foam grip tape for only $6, and it is prime. So this is about as good as you can get for foam grip tape for a pretty good price. This is also 12 pieces, so it'll last you a while. So when you put the grip tape on, make sure there's not too much grease on here. Maybe just take some rubbing alcohol, just wipe that away, just to break down any sort of oil that could be on the surface. Or just do this. Peel the grip tape away like this. Something I see so many people do that's a common mistake is they place the grip tape on the nose and tail of the board and then just push down the rest of the way. But this creates kind of an unequal pressure and it'll start to lift up pretty easy. Instead, what I like to do is just place it on the nose or tail of the board, stick the nose or tail down, then work your way all the way to the other side. Now that you have the grip tape on your board, there's 2 options to cut off the excess. This is probably the best way to do it, and it's to use some sort of nail file, and you're just gonna start to kind of cut the edges of it like this. The other way is doing the exact same thing, but with a sharp knife, just like this. Once you have the grip tape on the board, go ahead and punch some holes, just guess where they are, and you'll kind of just feel it pop into place. Now put the bolts back on the board. And finally, you can put the trucks back on. So once you have the grip on the board, your board is going to feel way better. Once you have grip tape on, I'd recommend getting some cheap bearing wheels. Now, wheels on a fingerboard are something that I feel like quite a few people don't quite understand. And don't worry, it is kind of confusing. There's a lot of people out there who think, why do I need wheels that have bearings that roll super smooth when I can just force it across the table? Now that actually is a pretty good point. But a lot of the time, it's not really to do with how easy you can move it across the table, and it's to do with how smooth it feels. Now, why does this matter? When you're about to do a trick, the last thing you want to be thinking about is how rough and how much pressure you're putting on the board to move it forward. If the board is nice and smooth, you can pop it up easily and do the trick. If it's rough, you might be kind of like that on the table, about to do the trick, and then you just don't do it. So my list of the most important things on a fingerboard would have to go grip tape, wheels, and then bushings. So these are the same bearing wheels that I sell with all of my fingerboards. These are made out of nylon, and nylon is a pretty good material. It's somewhat hard, maybe not super grippy, but it's really strong, and that's pretty good. Let me just do a quick search on Amazon for fingerboard wheels with bearings. Here is a pack of just some white wheels. These are about $10 Canadian, so that's about $8 US. These wheels definitely aren't incredibly high quality wheels, but they're definitely better than the Techdeck wheels. So this board is starting to feel a lot better. First thing I notice is it feels way smoother, and it's also a lot quieter as well. Now the last thing that we are going to add to this board will be some bushings. And once we have the bushings on, I'll also tell you a little bonus upgrade that you can do that will also make your board feel a lot better. With these newer Techdecks, these come with rubber bushings from the start, but they're honestly not very good. They're way better than just the plastic bushings that used to come with Techdecks, so having rubber bushings is definitely a big upgrade. But one of the reasons why these bushings don't feel super smooth is because of the washers in between the bushings and the bolt. So we are going to take everything off right now. You can see how we have the rubber part of the bushing, and then they also have these little washers kind of shaped like them as well, but I haven't really noticed that these help in any way, so we're just gonna add some new bushings without any of that. With really good trucks and really good bushings, it should pop right back instantly like that. So let's see how we did. So these are the new bushings, still with Techdeck trucks. And that is honestly pretty good. So this is what we upgraded. If I had my eyes closed, I probably wouldn't even be able to tell the difference between like one of these boards and the new board we just made. So the last upgrade that you could do, but this is definitely the most expensive one, but this is to get some better trucks. These trucks are some pretty good trucks for their price. They have a really nice professional shape to them. They come with some different bushings that could also be nice. This style of truck also comes with lock nuts, and lock nuts are basically just nuts that don't fall off as easily. So I sure hope you found this video helpful, and maybe you can also upgrade one of your Techdecks for yourself. Remember, Amazon does have some really good products if you want to upgrade your setup. And again, you don't need to get a wooden fingerboard deck before you upgrade the other parts. If somebody gave me a Techdeck and $20, I would much rather spend $20 on parts for the Techdeck versus spending $20 on a deck and putting the Techdeck parts on that. Just a thought. Also, not to promote my stuff, but I do sell a package on my website that comes with trucks, wheels, and bushings, and also grip tape, and also fingerboard wax, all for about $20, so you could consider that. Again, I'm not really promoting my own stuff. Well, technically I am, but buy whatever you want, but I am just saying that that is kind of a decent deal as well. Thanks for watching this video, everyone. A couple links will be in the description down below if you want to go check those out. Subscribe button is straight over there. One video is down there, another one is over there, and I will see you in my next video.